Welcome back. This time we're going to talk about some of the basic data types that Kotlin have. And we're going to start out with just where we left off last time. And here we actually have already used a data type, the string. And let's create another string, for example, Bob. So this is a string, and the value of the string is Bob. And we can actually give this string a name. So if we write the keyword val, it's from Kotlin, it stands for value, and we say user name. So this is the name that we want to use for this piece of data, and it is of the type string. So we have the keyword value, the name that we want to reuse, and then the data type, and then we assign the name the value of Bob. Now we can actually use this name. So instead of saying hello to the world, we can say hello to the user. And this plus signs concatenates or put two strings together. So if we run this now, instead of hello world, it will say hello to Bob. There is another way to concatenate strings. We could, instead of saying plus username, inside the other string, say $, user name, and if we run this, it will give the same result as with the plus sign. So this is saying we have this string, but inside the string we want to inject this value, the value of username. So let's try to get the value of the user of our program instead. So if we start by saying println hello, what is your name? And then instead of just saying Bob here, we say readln, which is a function that's built into Kotlin, which just asks for the user of the program to give us a string. So if I run the program now, it prints out what is your name, and then the program halts and waits for the user to give back his name, John, and this program says hello John. So what happened here is when we put in this string, it was saved in username. Now let's look at another data type. For example, we can say val a of the type int equals 5. This says that we want a value with the name a of the type int, and int is short for integer, and 5 is a number. So integer is a whole number like 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. It could also be negative. And if we create another number, b of the type int, we give it the value 2. And now we can actually print our number. Let's print the number a. We don't put it inside quotation marks, just give the variable. That will print 5. And we can also do this dollar sign notation, and it will give us the same thing, 5. And what if we say val sum of the type int equals a plus b. So here we use the same plus sign that we used on strings, but now we use it for adding two numbers. And if we then write out our new number, we see that it added 5 and 2. And we can also do a plus b, and we see that what's green in here is part of the string, and then we inject the three variables that we have, and we run this, and we see 5 plus 2 equals 7. We can, if we inline this value, we can see that if we put an expression within curly braces, we can actually put a whole expression and it will be calculated and then injected into the string. So we could do see the minus operator. It prints out 5 plus 2 equals 7, 5 minus 2 equals 3. And we also have the times and division operators, multiplication and division. And if we run this now, we'll see, as we expect, 5 times 2 equals 10. A bit more surprising might be that 5 divided by 2 equals 2. This is because we are talking about integers, which is whole numbers. So we can't have a decimal numbers, so it will be rounded down to the next whole numbers. Whole number, or in this case 2, where we might have expected 2.5. So what can we do if we want to have decimal numbers? Of course, we just use another data type, and there is a data type called double, which is still a number, but we can have decimals on them. And if we change our numbers to doubles, we see that they get little red squiggles under our 5 and a 2. That is because we're trying to assign an integer value to a double. And we can make our 5 a double value by either saying 0.0, and now we have a decimal number. Another way is to say 2 double to make an integer value a double value. If we now run our program with exactly the same as we had for the integers, but with doubles, we will get the same math. 5 plus 2 equals 7, but we also see it prints out the decimal part of the numbers. And our division now correctly gave us 2.5 when we try to divide 5 with 2. Let's look at one more data type. Let's remove this, and I want to use the data type Boolean. Boolean is a data type that can only contain two different values, either true or false. Of course, we use the equal sign here. And if we print our variable, it will just print true. And we print the other one, it prints false. And for booleans, we have other operators. For example, if we can say true, and if we calculate what true and true is. So this is similar to the plus sign that we used earlier, but specific for booleans, which calculates what true and true is. True and true equals true. And we can do similar, like false and true, true and false, false and false. So we do this. I missed some letters. We can see that the AND operator gives a true when both the input values are true. But if either side or both sides are false, we get a false. Another operator is OR. So we can replace our AND with OR, and OR calculates gives us true if either side is true, but gives us false if both sides are false. So yeah, that was some of the basic operators that we have in Kotlin, and next time we're gonna put this all together. Thank you for watching.